debt. If you've ever been in debt, you know it can feel like running on a treadmill. Every month you pay a little to this loan, a little to that card, and eventually you feel like you've gotten, well, nowhere. But it doesn't have to be that way. Not if you have a debt repayment strategy in place, one that helps you map out a plan that's realistic enough to follow. Stick to the plan, and before you know it, you'll be moving in the right direction, chipping away at your debt. But before we talk strategies, let's make sure we're all on the same page, because there are two kinds of consumer debt that people typically have. They're called secured and unsecured debt. A secured loan simply means that the bank has something tangible to hold as collateral, like a house or a car. Unsecured debt is slightly different. It's debt that doesn't have collateral, like the kind that someone builds up on credit cards. For this discussion, let's focus on high-interest unsecured credit card debt. Oh, one more thing before we move on. If you're thinking, wait a minute, if I had enough money to pay down my debt, wouldn't I already be doing that? Well, that's one reason why you should have a budget. It can help you pinpoint how you're spending your money and where you might be able to free up some funds. If you need help, our video, How to Set a Budget and Stick to It, is a good place to start. Additionally, there are some instances where you might not want to go it alone. Like, let's say you're unable to make your minimum payment, or you're having a difficult time making ends meet otherwise. If that's the situation you're in, you might benefit from talking to a certified financial professional. But it's important that you look for one who works for an accredited nonprofit consumer credit counseling agency and is a member of the National Foundation for Credit Counseling. So let's get started. While there are many ways you can attack your debt, there are two schools of thought in particular that will